Yo, 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 yo. Welcome everybody to another episode of Across the Hobby, where this week we will be looking at all of the major auctions that are ending this week, as well as some of the major auctions that ended last week. It is a huge, huge week for auctions, especially this Thursday, where we will have the typical alt weekly auctions, Goldin Weekly auction. But this week, also on Thursday, we will have the Fanatics Premier auction, which is one of the biggest nights of the month, if not the biggest night of the month. My friend Jeremy Lee and I will be covering the auction, as we have for nearly 4 years now, over on the Sports Card Live channel. And so make sure to tune into that. But before that, I'm going to dive into that whole auction as well as everything else that's ending this week. And it's going to be a lot of fun. But what I'd like to do first today, before even doing that, I'd like to introduce a new segment where every week, and I'm going to try to do this every week, where we look at the biggest sales of the preceding week. This is something that people have sort of asked for, and in my hesitancy to add more to this already very full hour to hour and a half show, I've been hesitant, but we're gonna do that going forward now. So today we're gonna first look at the sales from last week, which includes some absolutely massive sales. We're going to look at about 10 to 15 of them, as well as just some of the big items that ended, like the top 10 or so items from a few different auction houses. Then after we do that, we're going to go and we're going to look at the big MC weekly auction that ends tonight here on Monday. We're going to look at a single large item that is ending on eBay, the Goldin Weekly auction, the Alt Weekly auction, the Fanatics Collect Premier auction. We're also going to look at Card Hobby. We're going to look at the Fanatics Collect Weekly auction. We're going to look at so many different things. So I'm excited to do that with you today. So without further ado, let's pull up the screen so that you don't see a lot less of me, and let's look at some of the significant items that sold last week. I'm only going to take maybe 15 minutes or so to do this. The show is still going to be mostly about things that are happening, looking forward rather than things that have already happened. But there were some big sales last week. So let's start this out. I'm not going to talk about Pokemon, never do. This is a sports card show, and I will look at all sports with a particular focus on basketball. But we'll look at all sports. Okay, so Alt had one of their biggest items that they've ever sold last week. I should say it's still pending. You can see this is one thing that I love that Alt does. They have an indication of whether the item has been paid for, whether the payment has been initiated, and they're in the middle of changing some things. I was talking to the Alt team last week and then got an email on this. They're starting a process whereby your funds won't be immediately taken out, but over a couple of days will be taken out. And so it's more complicated than that. You have to look into the details of it. Make sure that you check that out. But as for right now, these auctions are, I believe, as they have been in the past, where if you look at the sold items, which is, you can see that's what we're doing here. These are the items that sold on the 13th. Down here, it will say some details. So if you look at this MJ LeBron duel, you can see the payment has been initiated on that. That basically means that it has been paid for. Same thing with this LeBron 1010 that we talked a lot about last week. This Kobe Bryant was one of the biggest cards they've ever sold. The first year PMG championship, numbered out of 50, BGS 85, crosses the six-figure margin line, $106,000 for that one. Another big number for this SGA. Again, that one's still, both those are pending. So is this SGA right here, the 1010 cracked ice. The 1010 on the LeBron over 30,000, 24,000 on this duel, the MJ LeBron. The LeBron credentials, PSA 9 for 24,000. The Malik Neighbors out of 1, not modern football guy as well as I should be for sure, but numbered out of 1, the Panini, the Prism Black Finite for $23,100. This Brunson was one of my favorite cards of the week, and I think that's a really good number for Brunson, almost $20,000 on that card. You can see that sold. So that transaction is complete. This Dwayne Wade was one of the more interesting cards of the week for me because he doesn't have that much huge stuff. I have a couple of big Dwayne Wade cards. I was really interested to see how well this one would do. This is one of his early Panini era Logo Men autographs. So this is the National Treasures from 2012. It's numbered out of 4. It's not a 1 of 1. The autograph is on a sticker. It's not on the card. It still got to 18,000. I think that's a pretty good number on that card. And then the other card this week that I really wanted to see how it would do, I actually think that this one went lower than I thought it would. This is the Steph Curry from 2009, the dual patch autograph on a sticker, numbered out of 49. The reason that I was watching this one is that we had a couple of really big numbers on Steph logo men cards this last few weeks. There was one that was an autograph, but the autograph is kind of hard to see, that sold for 148 or 150,000, something around there. And then last week, or a week and a half ago, at the Goldin Elite, we saw a non-autographed logo man from the same set from National Treasures that sold for, it was like $190,000. Really big sale. The reason that is interesting to me is this. I think that people are still trying to figure out what the big Steph cards are. And so as they look to his rookie season, they're saying, what are the big Steph cards? What are the cards that I need to have? I don't think that people have a firm understanding of what National Treasures was and what its inserts were from 2009. Even though it's only 6 years after 03 Exquisite, we're way, way behind the 8 ball in terms of like how well we understand the set. I don't know the set well at all. I've recently started to really dig into the checklist, but this is one of his autograph patches. This is the NBA Gear Duel. And again, it's a sticker autograph. It's numbered out of 49, and it's from the rookie NT, the very first NT basketball set. There is another one that's coming up this week that I'll talk about in a little bit. This Rockstar Refractor was one of my favorite cards of the week. I called it out on my top 10 as one of my favorites, and it does a big number, $12,300. And that's it for, well, that's a little bit longer than I wanted to go. For Goldin, there's one card that I really wanted to highlight that sold last week, and that's this one. I made the claim last week, and this is interesting because it's I'll explain why in a second. I made the claim that I would prefer to have the PSA 9, that's the jersey number of this card, over one of the 3 PSA 10s. Well, very interestingly, one of the 3 PSA 10s is now at the Goldin Elite. So this, to me, though, this is my favorite one. This is the jersey numbered one, and it sells for a number that I think is a very big number, but also I think it's an understandable number, $85,401. For Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, I would make the case that there's the Black Prism, there's the Nebula, there's the Logoman Auto from NT and Immaculate, and I think there's one for Flawless from his rookie year. And then the next tier, this is a card that's in that tier. This is with the NTs out of 5. This is with, like, there's nothing else really. Like, this is the best gold prism of SGA. This is like just on that next tier, which puts it as like a top 10 card of his in existence. And to me, $85,000 on that makes a lot of sense. And you can see this is that one that I was telling you about. It ends in 12 days. It's already at 49,000. My guess is, and this is going to sound super hypey because this one still hasn't happened. My guess is this one will sell higher because people will look at the 9 and they'll say, well, it's got to sell for more. Again, for me, I would have preferred to have the 9. I've already said that. I believe it. But with that said, will I be shocked if this sells for significantly more than the 9? I will not, because I think a lot of people feel differently about that. And they'll look at the comps and they'll say, how can a 9 sell for this? Right? So we'll see what happens on that. Okay. At Fanatics Collect last week, there's so many sales that we could go through. What I want to do, I pulled up some individual ones. But before I go through those individual ones, I'm actually going to come back to the top here and just point out a few really top of the top cards that sold. So what I've been doing every week on my Instagram at the Real 27 Guy, if you don't follow me, is I do a poll, and this poll has been like super well engaged with. The average vote has been like around 600 votes. I take the top 4 cards early in the day on Sunday, and I say, here they are. Which one of these 4 do you think will sell for the most? And the 4 yesterday at the time of posting were the Chireo 1 of 1, this Jordan Fusion out of 250, the BGS 9, as well as the 1010 on the Acuna and the Shaq PMG Red. And people, not shockingly, because remember, a lot of my audience is basketball. focused. A lot of my audience is basketball focused. Not shockingly, the 1 and the 2 were the Shaq and the Jordan. Well, that wasn't too bad as far as like people's votes, but by far the winner last week was the trio. And I don't know how to say this, Pad Paradasha or something like that. This 1 of 1's a really pretty one out of Topps Chrome. It's obviously not a superfractor, but as Topps endeavors to continue to sort of fulfill demand without having stuff explode in price, they have to produce more stuff, right? And people are like, oh, that's just a big money grab. No, it's not. They have to produce more stuff because there's demand for it. The hobby has grown. They need to make more stuff. And so one of the things they do, they could just keep 1 of 1. But if they do that, then they just print a whole bunch of like base, right? Or they don't print enough and then stuff explodes on the secondary market. Wax does. So one of the things they've done is they've added additional 1 of 1s. This is one of the additional 1 of 1s that they've added. And I don't know what year they did, but it's a really pretty card. It's obviously an on-card autograph and nice, healthy $31,000 sale. The Shea PSA 9 on the rookie flawless RPA. This is the regular version. It's number 1 of 25. It's a big card, almost 26 grand. Mookie Blue out of 10. Mookie Purple out of 10. I'm colorblind, and I shouldn't take for granted that I can tell what color between blue and purple. That's one that I've always struggled with. That was actually how I learned I was colorblind when I was a kid, is I always struggled with basically that shade of purple and blue. So $24,600 on that. I think this is a big sell on this Jordan. I haven't followed it over time, but so the gold version is one of my best cards in my collection. It's the same grade. It's a 9. And so whenever I see the silver, I sort of look at it and I go, oh, that's really cool. And in the back of my mind, I'm also thinking, but there's this gold card that I love, and I think it's better. And of course it is better. But $22,200 for an out of 250, I think that's a really strong sale. Now the subs on this are really strong, and I just noticed this right now. 2 9.5s and 2 9s. That's a half a sub away from being a 9.5 grade, which I don't know if I've ever seen on these cards. It's a big card. Chet at a 99, PSA 10, 21 grand. We might look back at that as like one of the steals of the auction. And then these two tied, the Acuna and the Shaq tied. The thing on the Shaq that I point out is it's in an authentic holder, and that just makes a massive difference. Okay, now a few more quick sales. I asked the question on my Instagram, which of these 2 cards do you think will sell for more? The Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf and the Joe Smith. And you might be like, well, Adam, why are you talking about this right now? Neither of those 2 players are people that we really care about. I knew when I saw these that these would do a big number, because Rauf has this really strong, crazy group of collectors that love him. And this is like his best card in existence. It's this and the now, or this and the future, and like a few other cards are his best cards in existence. And these cards just never, ever hit the light of day. If I remember right, this is the only one in the population, period, none graded higher or lower. I actually thought it would do more than 6,000. I did. I think 6,000 is a fine number, but I thought it would do more. And Joe Smith, I've known a few people who've been after the set who've talked about this being one of the toughest cards in the set. But I thought when I made that post on Instagram, I wonder if I should include that Stephon Marbury too. I didn't, because I didn't think it sort of fit the same class as these 2, where they're like these names that you don't really think about. Stephon Marbury was a pretty big name in his time, but $7,500 on that card, I think is a really strong number. Because where these ones, the Joe Smith, there's 3 in the whole population across all grades. And the Rauf, I think it's the only one. They're from like really key sets. This is like the insert of the era. But look, it's a pop 1 of 4 with 6 graded higher. There's at least 10 in the pop 4. That's actually a bigger number than I thought. I thought if you would have said, how many do you think PSA is graded? I would have guessed 3 total. There's been 10 that have been graded. Kind of surprised me. $7,500 though. Which of those 3 cards would you rather have? The Stephon, the Joe Smith, or the Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf? I think I would have the Rauf 1, the Stephon Marbury 2, and then the Joe Smith 3. And then the other card that I wanted to point out that sold was this LeBron James gold, sold for $57.60. Remember, this is the one without the serial number. I think that's a great sell for that card. It is, again, it doesn't have a serial number. It's basically a factory replacement that didn't have the serial ever applied. It's off-centered. It's only graded 7.5, and it still yields almost $6,000. It's a big sale. All right, let's talk about Leland's. So Leland's big auction ended, and there were some huge prices, the big talk of the town, and everybody post about it already. This card that I made a reel on beforehand, this Michael Jordan Sign of the Times, one of his best autograph cards in existence. And I made the case that other than his game jersey autograph out of 23, you could say this is like his next best autograph. You could also throw in the USA autograph. There's a one in baseball in the I think SP Top Prospects. I can't remember what it's called. That's also a huge autograph. There's his UD3 from 97. There's a few others that are really big autographs. This is on that list, though, because it's really rare, and we just never see them pop up. And this is a great example of this card. Fresh to market, just out of the big, massive screw down, very well preserved, 7-10 autograph, almost 283 grand. And I think everybody's over on this was like, can it get to 300? I had a friend who thought it would sell for over 400. I had another friend who thought it had a chance at 5. I thought it had a chance to go pretty big because I know there were a couple big guys that were looking at it. But I think 283 on that's a great number. This set, the registry set, sold for 118. The 52 Tops pack set sold for 104. The Jordan letter didn't hit the reserve. Whole bunch more card things that we could talk about here. I want to talk about the Griffey real quick. I think $32,000 on that Griffey is a great deal. I consider bidding on it myself, which is rare for me and a non-basketball card. But the thing that I kept going back to in my mind on this one is this is the first game jersey autograph of Ken Griffey. In baseball, this is the first game jersey autograph, and it's number 1 of 24, meaning that it's the very first game jersey autograph card ever. Now you could say, well, he maybe signed one of the other ones first. That's true, but it's serial numbered 1 of 24. So if we go by the serial numbers, it's the very first autographed is the very first autographed game jersey card ever made, and it sold for a hair shy of 32 grand. I think that's a great deal. The Wilt ticket, 28,000. I missed the boat on that. I should have gotten one of those long ago when I wanted one. That's the one ticket that I would love to have in my collection, a Wilt 100-point ticket. And then also at Leland's, let's just look through the basketball real quick. There were 3 or 4 things I wanted to show you. The Carmelo PSA 10, I don't know what the pop is on this, goes over 10 grand. I don't remember the last time a Carmelo card sold for 10 grand. It's pretty cool. He doesn't have that big a following at this point. That's a big sell for him. The Jerry West was one of my favorite cards of the auction, and I will tell you, I told my friend Jordan Gilroy at Leland's, I felt really disappointed in the sale. I thought this card would sell for a lot more. I don't think they had this card pegged to sell for this much, and I think that there were people in the community who really didn't know what this would sell for. I know who bought it. It's the same individual who bought the Wilt PSA 10 1961 Fleer card that sold recently, and I thought he made an incredible decision on the Wilt. I think that this is a great buy. I do. I think $9,100 for this card is an absolute steal. Why do you think it's a steal? Well, I think it's a steal because of how rare it is, and because of how rare it is for the grade. I already talked ad nauseum about this last week. I think this card in this grade is an unbelievable buy considering it's made before the 1961 Fleer card. I thought it would be a $20,000 card. I did. And I was wrong. Somebody else in the comments to my reel, though, said, I thought that this would sell for a lot less. We were disappointed how high it went. There was a 4 that recently sold for a lot, for less, like 6,000 or 4,000 or something like that. It's toward the top of the pop, right? Like a 6.5 is a really high grade on that card. To me, the difference between a 4 and a 6.5 on that card's worlds apart. But with that said, a 4 is an amazing card too. And then, gosh, I missed this. I was going to come back to the autographic set. I think that was a steal at $5,300. I think it was a great deal to whoever bought that. And then there's so many things in here to talk about. But the other one that I was highlighting, and I already talked about it on my Instagram, boy, that Hakeem BGS 9 on the MVP gold from 2012, that's a pretty big sell at $2,300. The Kobe 2003, a pretty strong grade, a PSA 8.5 on that a BGS 8.5, still strong, almost $2 grand. That's a card that people sort of watch. People would say that's maybe his best base card from the pre-Panini era. I think that's fair. I own a copy. I think strongly enough about it that I own a copy, and I don't own a lot of that type of stuff. Would it shock me if someday all of the base in 2003 exquisite was way more than it is today? Because I mean, it's worth way more than it used to be. Way more. It's gone up so much. There were days where you could buy pretty good stars out of that set for 30, 40 bucks. But like I said, I have a Kobe. Mine's in a CGC 9 holder. It's a great card. And then the Yao. The Yao is, somebody wrote this on my Instagram after, I think it was just this morning. I haven't even responded to it yet. He said something like, that Yao is maybe his best gold refractor. And other than the finest from 02, I think he's right. The finest from 02 is a rookie card. But, this is easily his rarest gold chrome refractor out of chrome. Gold chrome refractor out of chrome. A little bit, probably don't need to say chrome 7 times in the same sentence, Adam. Yeah, it's out of 25. And being out of 25 is just night and day from the ones that are out of 50 and out of 99. I wish I would have noticed this before the day of the auction because I think this card is actually a pretty big story. It's selling for almost for $1,800. Is super strong, very healthy. It is out of 25, and it is from his very short playing days career. The reason I have to point this out is that he's maybe the only big star who somehow didn't hit the great sets of the late 90s and didn't hit the great sets of the early 2010s. There's a lot of players you can say that for, but none of them are highly collected. Yao's the one guy who's highly collected. So he doesn't have the PMGs. He also doesn't have, he has a 2012 Prism Gold card, but he's no longer an active player when that card was made. So for me, and this is totally self-serving because I own probably the biggest Yao super or chrome card in existence. Okay, let's own that right now. But to me, the Yao chrome stuff and the Yao exquisite stuff and that whole era, it has this increase in importance because he just doesn't have other big stuff. If you were to make in other words, if you were to make a list of like the best Yao Ming stuff, how would you do it? Gosh, I'm going too long. I was supposed to finish this. Let me go faster. How would you do it on Yao? If you had to say like the biggest and best stuff, there's not very much. Okay, let's run through the rest. Okay, so I want to hit a few big sales from hoodies. I think $2,000 for a Brandon Roy, even if it is the exquisite out of 7, is a huge sale. Kobe patch autos were the other thing that happened at hoodies this week that I think are worth taking note of. So the chronology out of 35 with the patch window being the number sold for $21,600. The Ultra from 98, 99 over $8,000. This one in red, the flawless Kobe patch autos have just been skyrocketing. $16,600. Wow. And then I wanted to look at the Steph. We highlighted this last week because it's got the rookie name there. And I talked about how Steph's rookie stuff, people are still trying to figure it out. I think over $1,000 for a straight patch card numbered out of, I can't tell what it's numbered out of 25. I feel like that's a really strong sale. And then here's another Kobe patch auto at hoodies. Really nice looking one. I initially thought this was a sticker, but that is on card. Great looking patch out of 10. Looks like there's some good hollow foil, 9.5. I would rather have that card, just being real. I'd rather have that card than this card. I know this card is from a higher end brand, but I like the look of this card more. And it's not horizontal versus vertical. It's more about, I think this is in hollow foil around the edges, and I like the way that the autograph window is here. So that's my take. I think the flawless is a little bit high in that case. Okay, it took us 24 minutes. That is the end of the first segment where we're just looking at stuff that sold. Now we're going to look at all the stuff that's going to sell this week. We're going to do it in under an hour. So I'm going to take 10 minutes on MC Sports Cards. I'm going to pull out my timer. Let me do this real quick. Pull out the timer. There we go. We're started. And 10 minutes on this, and we'll go through and we'll do them each, and we'll give the Fanatics premiere 20 minutes, and that should take us about an hour to do everything. All right, so let's start off with MC Sports Cards. Select Patrick Mahomes 9.5 XRC Silver from 2016. $1,600. Remember, these end tonight. MC's weekly auction ends tonight, and their monthly auction ends next Monday. Altuve 9.5 orange 15. George Springer 2011. So this card is 14 years old now. This is the red. Red is always a big deal. It's always a big deal. You never know if you get a chance to see the red again. It's at 255. I don't know enough about baseball to know how beloved George Springer is, but if you love George Springer, that's his second best card in existence, probably. Probably. I might be wrong. It's usually the Super is the best card, and then the red would be the second best card. Bobby Witt Jr., a couple of big Bobby Witt Jr. cards. And then comes our first basketball card, and it's from a set that I love. I love the Noir tag autos. I've always loved them. I think they're beautiful cards. I think this card is glorious. This one's a horizontal. Lillard, who does not have that many autographs. Lots of holofoil in the name and throughout his name and throughout Noir. The blue autograph's really nice. The 8th grade does not bother me. 10 autographs, fantastic. Wade Boggs, 10. This is one where it's just a pop question. How many Wade Boggs 10s are there? This one's sitting at 1950. Luca Panini Select Neon Green out of 99. Great big autograph. See if that's on card. Might be on a sticker. 1775. I sold my Kobe Gold, and ever since I sold it, every time I see one, I'm like, man, I do miss that card. It's not as rare as a lot of the cards I have in my collection, but man, it's so iconic. I think in our issue, I think it's not on the wall anymore. No, it's not issue 51. It's somewhere down here in my stack. We ranked based on a crowdsourcing exercise. We ranked the 25 most iconic cards of the century so far, and I think this one came up number 7. This one in all of its forms, right? From the Topps paper to the Chrome Super. And it's easy to see why. Kobe being guarded by LeBron, an orange refractor out of 499, big card. Chris Paul out of 50. Boy, that's sitting low. His Bowman Chrome, it was actually called Bowman Draft Picks and Prospects. You can see it right down here. It wasn't called Bowman Chrome, and they all came together. This is maybe the best card out of the whole product. I don't think, did they have supers? Gosh, I should know that. I think it does have a super, doesn't it? Why do I not remember seeing any? Certainly after the advent of superfractors. If there's not a superfractor, that's, I think, the best Chris Paul card out of Bowman Chrome ever made. It's a PSA 9, numbered out of 50. Great card. Jackie, PSA 5 from 55. Jeter, 1999 Chrome Early Road to the Hall refractor, number 13 of 100. One of those rare Chrome inserts that's really hard to find. If you're a big Jeter collector and you want to find something from his playing days, especially from the 90s that you rarely see, that one sort of checks that box. Another big Jeter. This is the credentials at a $299 and a PSA 9. PSA 9 is a pretty big deal. That's is evidenced here. There's only 13 of them and 3 higher. Love that set. It's beautiful. Devers, Langford, Altuve, lots of rookie type baseball cards. Speaking of rare Jeters, here's an out of 25 jersey numbered 2 of 25 PSA 10, the orange refractor from back in 2015. Chase Delator, PSA 10. More of these rare baseball prospecty type cards. Okay, now we get into their basketball cards. Steph, PSA 7. Gosh, a PSA 7 of a gold Steph at this point with 8 hours to go. Those are $2,700 at this point. I'm not shocked at that. I say, gosh, I wanted one of these for a while. It's like I said, there's just not a lot of big Steph cards out there. And unless you want to pay a crap ton of money, this is probably your best option, the gold. It's great. It's a great image too, because he's not wearing Warriors anywhere on him. You can see Warriors off to the side. You can see the little logo there. But to see the gold makes it feel, I know it's applied to all players, but it makes it feel more like a Warrior type card. Which card would you rather have, though? Would you rather have the Clay NTRPA or the Steph Gold Tops? Man, I'd have to think hard about that. Numbered out of 199, PSA 7. It's 1/5 the price. So if it's close, take the Clay. Wembanyama, 13 out of 99. That's the purple rookie. Big deal. Might be the best time ever to buy him, or who knows if we will see him next, or how long it'll be till we see him. Şengün, rated rookie, green prism. Nikola Jokic, gosh, I'm down to 4 minutes. Flawless autograph patch. SGA Contenders Optic. Ooh, pop for 25 15, so early Kaboom, Chris Paul. But see, I mean, this right here, what this does tonight, this speaks to the power of Kaboom. Think about this for a second, guys. This is a great comparison that I'm about to give you guys here. Chris Paul, 10 years after he's drafted, in this Kaboom set in a PSA 10, compared to Chris Paul gold refractor from a rookie set, rookie photo shoot, almost never see it for sale. Again, numbered to 50. And this is sitting at $113. And the Kaboom is sitting at $1234. It tells you everything you need to know about the modern hobby. People don't care as much about rookies as they care about important sets. Some people have a real hard time understanding that, but it's true. I'm not a Kaboom fan. I don't own a single Kaboom. Never owned a single Kaboom. There's a good chance I'll never own a single Kaboom. But maybe at some point I might need to look at them because they are sort of viewed by a lot of people as like the insert of the era. And this is evidence of that right now. This is not even the first year of Kaboom, right? This is 2015. Kaboom debuted in 2013. So third year, although it may be Chris Paul's first one. I don't know about that. I need to go do the research. 1234. All right, Luka Doncic, 2 minutes to go. Luka Doncic Chronicles from 2018. Is it serial numbered? 3 out of 10. That's a big card. I love that this is as rare as it is. It's a PSA 10. I've never seen it before. That's the only thing that hurts is I've never seen it before. I don't know the card. Luka's and the other thing about Chronicles has several rookies. I know in 2018 that the Gala rookies came through Chronicles. I don't know how many other Luka rookies there are in 2018. And that's what hurts it. Still, it's out of 10. It's out of 10. And what I'd like to do is like open up the Chronicles, see how it's number 681. Oh, this is Score. Okay. It's a Score rookie card. I'd like to look up the Chronicles and see how many different Luka rookies there are, see where it fits in the pantheon, see how I feel about it. But it is rare. Would I rather have this card or a Silver Prism? This card all day long, even though I've never heard of it because it's so much rarer. That's not everybody. That's me. Giannis, really cool patch auto at 1885. And then a card that I am really interested in seeing how it does tonight, the Round Ball Royalty Kobe. Let me say, before I say how interested I am actually in it, this is the first one that I want to check the pop on. I saw this earlier when I was doing a little bit of pre-show, and I want to just make sure that I speak to this accurately. Let's guess. Before I look this up, I'm going to guess, I haven't pressed enter yet. I'm going to guess there are 30 PSA 10s of this card. 46. Not too bad. So 46, I'm going to leave it. You guys don't need to see the screen. There's 46 of these in the pop report. It's a really nice looking card. I had one of these recently of another player in hand. I was like, that's a really nice set. Anyway, cool card. I've always loved these. Ooh, is this a buyback, though? What is this? Why is this numbered out of 8? Wow, this is pretty cool, actually. Why is it out of 8? Okay, so let's stop for a second, and I'll talk about why I'm asking this question. I like the set. It's really different. I came across a regular one of these in a collection that my son and I got years ago. He actually had sent to us from a friend, which was so nice. It's like the nicest thing somebody's ever done. He had one of these in there, and it was not autographed. It was just a Kobe jersey thing. And I thought it was really neat. I was like, that is cool. Because although we have such a highlight or focus on the player's face, like you don't see a lot of this type of insert out there. So this one's autographed, which is really cool. My timer just went off. This one's autographed. It's really cool that it's autographed. It's got the Kobe sticker on the back. You can see it's got the autographed language on the back. But what makes this one different is that it's numbered 1 out of 8. Why is it numbered 1 out of 8? I don't know the history. I need to go look at the history on this set. In fact, Let's just do it together real quick. I know I'm late on this, but I want to just do this real fast. So 2010 Panini Threads basketball checklist. So follow me here for just a sec, guys. 2010-11 Panini Threads basketball. So if we click on that, and then we go to inserts. And then we go to, let's look at along the edge here and see if we can see. So rookie team threads away. There's a whole bunch of different things on here. Rookie team threads away autographs. I think that's what this is, right? Sorry. Come back over to here. Let me get all messed up here. Jersey. So it's not. So this is not an away jersey. So I'm wrong on that. Team threads home autographs. Where's Kobe on here? So this is the thing that I don't get. Serial numbered out of 99. Where is Kobe to 8? That's the thing that I'm like, I don't know what that means. I would want to do, I'm not going to do all the research right now that's required. But I'll say this. This could be, if I can find it again, sorry guys. This could be one of the coolest cards of the whole auction to me. But since it's not, number one, it's not graded. Number two, it's a hand numbered 1 out of 8. I need to feel like I know where that came from. And I'm going to do some more research after the show. And I'll probably do a post specifically on this card, or at least a story post, because I want to understand, is there a difference? Did the 1 of 8, how do I know that the 1 of 8 is not just drawn on by somebody else? Because from what I can see, there is a print run of 99 of these. So how can I know? And right now, I don't know how to be able to tell that. I just don't. Okay, let's run through the rest of these real quick. Huge Tim Duncan. I love this card. Finals game worn jumbo jersey patch. I'll look at that one a little bit more in depth here in just a second. I really do have to run though, because we're out of time. So I'm trying to move quickly here. Booklet. I always love the Sanella Margarine Ruth whenever we see them. Steph autograph patch. Oh, a 1 on the Wilt. Oh gosh, we gotta look at that one too. I know we're out of time, but we gotta go fast. Angel Reese gold. This is the gold Angel Reese. I love this Boris Diaw. It's definitely one of my favorite cards, and might be one of my 5 favorite cards of the week. In fact, we'll put that. We might look at that one a little bit closer here. Gosh, this is just another huge auction for MC. Look at this LeBron NT. Look at that patch. It's super similar to the patch on my Kobe limited logos. Steph gold black. Triple UD black of 3 of the greatest players of all time. Gosh, that's a pretty card. We got to look at that one too. And oh my goodness, this auction just keeps going and going. It's just not going to stop. Really nice Anthony Edwards. Come on, MC. You got it. I'm tapping out here. We got to come to an end soon. Oh, man, I feel bad. I'm skipping all this stuff. I've already given it too much time, though, guys. I got to go. I got to move. There's 3 pages this time. I don't think we've ever gotten to a 3rd page on MC. And not just a few on the 3rd page either. A whole bunch. Gosh. Okay. We made it through all the MC stuff, but let's just do a quick deep dive into a few of these. So this Tim Duncan, read here on the back. The enclosed material was worn by Tim Duncan in Game 2 of the 2014 NBA Finals and is guaranteed by Panini America. This is so freaking sweet. Oh, I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. Even, and I always say this, even though I don't love booklets, I love that. Gosh, it's jersey numbered. It's a jersey numbered patch. No wonder it's sitting at $3,000, even though Tim Duncan's not the most collected player in the world, right? That's one of the greatest series of all time. I can't remember if that's one that they won or one they lost. Because they played each other twice, and the Spurs should have won both of them. The Spurs were the better team. Should have won both. And those series are what to me it reminds me that Tim Duncan is a top 5-6 player in the history of the NBA. He is amazing. That card is amazing. Again, I don't even like booklets, but I love this card. I wish I loved booklets. The booklet, at least, it gets to the regular size of a card if you fold it like it often is folded, or how it comes in the pack. Okay, I'm gonna put this over here. Maybe a top 5 card of the week. But you know what? I don't think it will be, because I think there's another one from MC that's gonna take it out real quick. Look at this wilt. This thing is hammered. This is the most hammered wilt I think I've ever seen. All the writing on the front. Look at this stuff going on down here. The back actually looks fine. The front, though, like just all of this writing. It's amazing. This Boris Diaw to me is going to be my card of the week for MC for sure. Even above the Timmy 1 out of 1. Also game 2 of the NBA Finals. It's incredible. I'm going to put it over here. I absolutely love it. And we'll get out of here. I just had to show you guys real quick this UD Black triple. The holofoil around the window is just such a wonderful thing on a black card. It's the best. And that card right there, I mean, you can say what you want about the Irving patch not being perfect. Man, that is just a beautiful, beautiful card. Again, of 3 of the most popular players in the history of the NBA. None of whom were active at the point that this card was made. But my goodness, that's a beautiful card. And finally, we've talked about the Kobe. I'm going to put it over here so I can remember to look at it later. That is not one of my 5 favorites of the week, although I do really like it. And if we find it on a checklist somewhere, maybe it will be one of my 5 favorites of the week. Okay, up next. I don't usually do this, but in doing my normal searches, this is a card that I was surprised to see at auction this week. I was surprised to see it because we've sort of gotten used to seeing big, giant cards like this hit the big auction houses or the large consigners on eBay. It's not very often these days that we see a fresh to market 1997 Ultra Platinum medallion of Michael Jordan in a PSA 8 hit auction on eBay through a seller that's not a large auction house or a consignment company. The reason that I point it out is because, again, you don't see that very often. It's sitting at $14,900. It still has 3 days to go. And you guys know eBay well enough to know, like, who knows what it'll go for. But a couple things that I want to point out here. Number one, look at the serial number on the PSA flip. This card was graded in like the last month or 6 weeks. It is brand new in that holder. So I don't know if this is one where somebody cracked it and resubmitted it. I'm not sure. What I do know is, like, that is a new holder. This card was very recently graded, and so you should feel very good about the PSA 8 grade. The other thing that I want to point out is it's from a seller, again, Goats and Rookies, 319 feedback. This is a seller who probably nobody listening to this has dealt with before, or at least very few of you have. That is something that can lead to a great deal. The best thing in the world is when somebody who sells on eBay, who has hardly sold at all, and people don't see their auctions, sells a huge card like this. I'm not saying it's going to sell super. Again, I'm not saying it's going to sell super cheap, but is there a chance it could sell super cheap? Because it doesn't get the same sort of marketing and the same sort of eyeballs that the big auction houses get. Now, you might say, well, but it's on eBay. Everybody sees eBay. Not everybody sees eBay for big high-end cards like this anymore. They really don't. This isn't where you go. And if you do go there, you go to MC Sports Cards or Hoodies or Probstein or one of the big shops. You rarely see the big items like this selling under a guy who's got 319 feedback. So with that said, what do we expect it'll sell for? I have no idea. What I do know is we've seen a few big sales of the 97 parallels recently, right? We talked about the Kobe earlier today that just sold out of the PMG Champ set for over $100,000. This is the Ultra Platinum. It's not the PMG Champ, but the Ultra Platinum is serial numbered out of 100. And Alt recently, just in last month, sold a 9.5 for over $70,000. How does a PSA 8 compare to a BGS 9.5? No idea. We'll find out this week. But again, I think there's a worry that some people won't see it. All right, let's move on. So let's talk about the Goldin Weekly auction. The Goldin Weekly auction is now right here is sorted from high to low. We've got the Babe Ruth 1933 Gaudy, the yellow in a good 2 is at $9,100 again. This is okay. Let me say this real quick. This is something I forgot real fast. So we just talked about MC Sports Cards. We talked about the one big card that's on eBay this week, the Jordan Ultra. This Thursday is easily the auction day of the week. It's easily the auction day of the week because the 3 biggest auctions that are happening this week, along with the Monday, the MC Sports Cards, these 3 auctions are all happening, all ending at the exact same time. Goldin's Weekly, Alt Weekly, and the Fanatics Premiere. Those are 3 big auctions to be ending at the same night, and sometimes that provides opportunity. If you're following along for any night this week, Thursday's the night. Again, join Jeremy and I as we cover the Fanatics Collect auction. I'm going to spend a bunch of time on this here in a little bit. I'm only going to spend a few minutes here on Goldin's Weekly. The SGA 23 out of 199 blue is interesting. It's at $3,500. Speaking of kabooms earlier, here's the Paolo, the rookie, the PSA 10. I think that's the rookie, isn't it? I guess I don't know that. That might be a second year. But still PSA 10, big card. The Trout, the Logo Man, or however you want to say that, autograph number 1 out of 1. Brady, PSA 9, SPX, 2550. The Caitlin Clark, WNBA, draft night autograph, and a BGS 1010. That's a big grade. I don't know if it's pop 1, but that's worth looking at, especially out of 99. The autographed, we was right. We're not going to talk about non-sports. 7 out of, wait, is this really 7 out of 10? I don't often do this, but I got to try to drill in on that. I love this LeBron. This is the 3-point shots. The 3-point shots are limited to a player's jersey number. I thought they were all hand numbered. This one is not. I think I've come up against this before on this one. So I would do some research on this card, but I remember back in the day this being a very, very popular set. Very, very popular set. This Brady autograph right here and out of Immaculate is just a beautiful example. Timmy with the Logoman tag on this triple patch, numbered 1 out of 1. Very cool. It says Panini encased, meaning that it's encased by Panini, not that it's the encased brand, but it's a 1 of 1. Coca-Cola on this Lando Norris autograph patch card. Luka Prism Silver. We're going to see a lot of those. We always do. A superfractor of Wemby of an insert set called the Arrival set. It's still a rookie. It's still a rookie 1 of 1. And I'm still wondering how people are going to see in the long term the non-licensed being the first year of Chrome coming back. One of my favorite cards, one that I'll always highlight every time we see it, the Jordan Preview Refractor. Remember, this came out of regular tops. Special packs of regular tops. You could not get this out of Chrome, but it's still labeled by PSA as Chrome. They label them all as Chrome, but it was really a Topps Chrome preview card out of regular tops. So I would change the flip here to say 1998 Topps, and then down below I would say Chrome preview. All right. Really nice Chris Bosh from his rookie year. Exquisite card. PSA 6 on the linchpins. MJ, Intimidation Nation. The Steph autograph rookies and stars from his rookie year. These are numbered out of 449. Big Steph autograph on fabric. This is one of the funniest cards ever. This Shohei that looks like an autograph patch, but it's basically like it's a retrospective of a picture of an autograph patch. If this was a real autograph and patch like that of Shohei, it would be the #1 card in the auction. This Hulk Hogan Flawless. I don't know about WWE Flawless, or Wrestling Flawless, but wow, that's a good looking card. Really a good looking card. And let's see, is there anything else? Check out this Kobe Star MJ. All right, we'll call it there. We'll call it there. Let's just take a quick look at this because this isn't really out of 10, is it? Gosh, it is. I didn't know this card existed. Still learning what rare Tom Brady rookie cards are out there, but I didn't know that this one existed. So this is the rookie royalty die cut. So Crown Royale in 2000 made a base set. This is, you can look, the great thing about Crown, okay, is you can look at the back. I remember this from back when I worked at the card shop. You can look at the back of the card and they'll say what it is. So this is 2000 Crown Royale, and you can see right here, Rookie Royalty. So Rookie Royalty is an insert set, but I don't think all Rookie Royalties are numbered out of 10. So what I need to do is the research here to say, okay, why is this one serial numbered out of 10? Because I didn't know that Brady had an out of 10 insert from his rookie year out of Crown Royale. Like, that's a huge card. Think about the big Tom Brady rookies that exist. You know, you've got his champ ticket, that's numbered out of 100. You've got a card from the same set that's numbered out of, what is it? His autograph with his dual autographs, like numbered out of 60. He's got other parallels that are numbered to 35 and 30 and 25. But this card's numbered to 10. It's one of his rarest rookie cards, period. I'm going to put that card as potentially a top 10 card this week for me, and then do some more research on it, because, I didn't even know he had a top 10. Or I didn't know he had a card numbered out of 10 out of Crown Royale. That's going to do it for Goldin this week. Let's now talk about, let's get out of Goldin. Let's get out of this alt window that we don't need open. We don't need, you know what? I might put that as a top 10 card this week, or a top 5 card this week. Put that Jordan over there. And now, okay, I'm gonna take a while on the Fanatics premiere. Let me just do alts weekly real quick. Oh gosh, I'm still on the sold stuff, aren't I? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Sorry, I lost my mind there for just a second. So this week, ending in 3 days, is the alt auction, and there was a card that I highlighted earlier in the solds that has a similar card that's ending this week, and I want to look at it again because it's similar to some other stuff that's been selling like crazy. But let me not bury the lead here. I love this Kobe limited logos. This is my favorite 03 limited logos that I've seen of Kobe in a really long time. I don't know where they got this. I don't know if I've seen this one before, but this one completely blows out of the water the other ones that I've seen recently, and I'll tell you why. Okay, this card, gosh, I think I'll do my reel this week for alt on this card. I'm hoping that I can do that. This card was graded back in the 4s, in the 4 millions, and that still gave us this old format on the cert, or on the flip. Sorry, I'm losing my mind here for a second. What I want to do is look at what else we can find out about this card, when it was graded and that sort of thing. So I'm looking at the serial number right now, and we'll come back to the card. We'll actually look into the card here for a sec. Yeah, I love this card so much. Okay, so here's your information that you need to know about this card. Graded March 1st, 2007. That's about 3 years after the product came out, a little bit less than 3 years. You can see the autograph grade is a 9, all these other things. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't care what the autograph's graded. I don't care about a lot of things. What I do care about is this card has been in this. Okay, this card has been in this holder for 18 years, over 18 years. People love the 03 limited logo set. I don't personally love it because I don't feel comfortable about the patches on the majority of them. And even some of them that sell for huge money, I just look at it and I go, I don't feel comfortable with that patch. Now, I'm not 100% comfortable with this patch either, because it's a really nice patch. But this card was graded less than 3 years after it came out. If the patch was to have been switched, it had to happen very early in the patch switching days. I don't know if anyone was switching patches back in early 2007. Maybe they were. I don't know. If I was to buy any of the Kobe limited logos from 03 that have come out in the last 10 years, this might be the one that I would buy. And again, I'm probably will end up looking dumb for saying that, because because I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. The autograph to me here is absolutely perfect. I know it says it's a 9. I just don't care that it says it's a 9. It looks exactly like I want it to. The fact that it's been in that holder, like as soon as I see this old flip right here, I'm like, oh man, I am in love with that card. I'm in love with it. I don't like most of these. Sorry, let me get rid of that. I can't believe I had that up the whole time. I don't like most of these, but man, I love that card. Let me clarify, okay? I don't like most of these because I don't know whether the patch is real. That makes me feel nervous. I never want to be unsure about those things. Some people don't care. They're just like, oh, this looks great. Or they say, they have a way to get comfortable. They do their diligence and they get comfortable. Everything sort of seems right. They believe it probably is okay. It still just never feels great to me. This card right here has not been touched by human hands in 18 years. It has been unadjusted in that whole time. It has been in that holder all that time. To me, this is basically the perfect copy of this card. I'm totally serious. I'd rather have this than any of the other ones that I've seen in forever. And we can talk about how, aesthetically, it's not as nice as future years. We can totally talk about that. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with having that conversation. It's the most iconic, exquisite Kobe card probably in existence. It's in a BGS 9 holder with the old flip. Its autograph looks honestly just like I want it to. It doesn't go off the card. The patch is really a wonderful, wonderful patch. I'd much rather have this card than the PMG Champ that just sold. I would. I wonder how do you feel? What would you rather have? Who cares what I think? What would you rather have? Would you rather have this or the PMG Champ that just sold? There's just not a lot of these in these really old Beckett holders left. Man, I love it. The only thing that would make it better is if there was somehow like video evidence of that patch being pulled. And that just doesn't happen these days on cards from 03 Exquisite. Man, I love that. I know I took forever on that, but man, I love that card, guys. I love that card. Okay, let's go back because I clicked the wrong button. I didn't realize how much I love that card until I just dove into it. I love that card. Okay, the SGA 1010 on the autograph, number 4 out of 10. We've seen the other big ones sell. The 2 out of 10 that sold for around 90 grand that we talked about earlier. This is the autograph version. The Trout Gold 13 out of 50, 5 graded higher. This is the 9.5, one of the most iconic baseball cards really of this era. I want to look at it real quick because we've seen some autographs on it lately that have been a little bit darker. This autograph looks a little bit better than some of them. I'd like to see them all right next to each other, but I think that autograph's better than some of them that we've seen. I could be wrong on that. This is the Steph I was talking about, guys. So you remember last week we had the 1 out of 49 that sold. In fact, do I still have that up? I do. So check this out. Let's do something kind of cool here. If we come into here and we look at the Steph. Okay, check this one out. Out of 49. Really cool dual patches, but they're just patches. White and then the different colors. There's like 3-4 colors. There's a lot of colors going on in each of them. I think each of them are 4 colors. Autograph on sticker, cards out of 49. Graded a 9.5, probably with a 10 auto. This one's graded 9, 10 auto, but look at the patches. Autograph's also going to be on sticker. It's the same format of card, like the design is exactly the same. NBA Gear Dual, NBA Gear Combo laundry tags. So I'm not going to say that the grade's unimportant. I think it's relatively unimportant, though. I don't think it's super significant. The question is, if you've got a Logoman tag and a Warriors laundry tag, which might be the 2 coolest laundry tags you could have on a Steph Curry, both of those, and then make the card out of 10 instead of out of 49, how does that change the card for you? To me, it changes the card immeasurably. Like I think this card is on a whole nother level than the one that we just looked at. And that's, I mean, it's like, well, duh, Adam, it's already more expensive than the last one sold for. It's one of those things I'm tempted where I get like tempted to say, well, if that one was worth 12, what's this one worth? It's easy to have that conversation. It's fun. People like to have that conversation. But I think I'm gonna stay away from it now. I might make a post about it a lot later, but man, I love that card. Now I'm in the wrong place again. Gosh, I'm all over the place. Sorry, guys. Big Kobe Bryant autograph here. One of his final autographs ever signed for cards. Babe Ruth autograph. Some cool Pokemon stuff. Jason Tatum. This is the first off the line. The 1 of 15. Very cool. I love this Shaq Kobe. Shaq's on a sticker. Kobe's on the card. But although there's a later immaculate autograph of Shaq and Kobe that's a duel. And then there's one that's like a quad that's later that has Jerry West and some other guys on it. And somebody else on it, I think. This is the one that sort of, I think everybody is like this one. And then I think maybe that quad. I need to do some research. These are the ones that people think are for sure Shaq's real autograph. The problem is that there's a lot of people who believe that Shaq's or like he signed in person or he signed for Panini. Some of them aren't real. That's what a lot of people believe. I am not going to say one way or the other. I'm not an autograph expert, but it's the belief of many people that many of Shaq's autographs that were pack inserted were not actually signed by him. This one was. At least that's what people believe. Okay, we're going to call it there. I forgot the timer for Fanatics. We're going to include potentially for a top 5 card from Fanatics. We're going to include both the Steph and the Kobe as potential top 5 cards this week. I think both those have a really real chance. They're going to have some stuff. They're going to have some really tough competition though, because this week now we have to talk about the Fanatics Collect. And I'll set my timer. I forgot it for the last couple, but I'm going to set it for this one. And we're going to make it 20 minutes for Fanatics. We want to get done within an hour and a half, so we got to go fast. But we'll give Fanatics Collect the 20 minutes. This is a huge auction. And I know a lot of people are talking about it being like the Paul Skenes auction. And I get that because of all of the hubbub about this card. But this is a really deep auction. I've got a couple cards in this auction that I'm interested in, and you'll probably be able to figure it out based on how I talk about them. Or if you know me really well, you already know one of them that I'm really interested in. I have a friend who's very interested in another card in this auction. I will not talk about that. This is one of the biggest auctions that Fanatics collect. This might be the biggest auction that they've done yet. In fact, I think it pretty much is the biggest auction that they've done yet since it was PWCC and for several years. Why? It's just the depth of amazing cards. And so I want to make sure that I give it its due today. We're going to touch on probably 10 cards in detail, but I want to just fly through as fast as I can the whole of the auction. We're definitely going to talk about the Skenes, and we'll definitely talk about the Victor Wembanyama. We've got the Jackson Holiday, also his debut in the same auction. We had a Juan Soto red that was an authentic holder recently. So this one's in a 910, obviously a huge card. The full set or mid-grade complete master set with the high numbers, including a Mantle SGC 3.5. Huge. It's 110 grand. The PSA 10 of the 1980 Topps triple. The PSA 10 of the Jeter. The UD3 of the Michael Jordan. Already at $85,000. One of the cards that people just find maybe his nicest looking autograph card ever. The Luka Doncic 10 out of 10. Wow. Excuse me. I shouldn't say 10 out of 10. PSA DNA auto is graded at 10, but it's out of 10. It's the gold. I want to look at that one, actually. I'll tell you why when we get there. Tiger Woods, SP, authentic autograph rookie, a Gem 10 Michael Jordan 86 Fleer this far down the auction. The Ohtani, the Ohtani Gold 1010. Wow, that's a huge card. I do want to talk about that one too. Dual LeBron Jordan. I've talked about this one a lot. I love that LeBron signed the number 23 on here. It's one of those instances where, because I think he was signing with Jordan, he signed something bigger. He signed the number 23 on all of his exquisite cards from 2009 that were Logo Men and this card. So he's got something like 5 dual Logo Men cards out of the set, and then this card. And he signed the number 23 with a big number sign and 23. The 1914 Cracker Jack Shoeless Joe Jackson in a 1.5. You can see that one has the top 5% eye appeal on it, which they do not give out very often. So that is definitely one to look at if you are a vintage fan. The black gold of SGA. We have all those other golds that have sold. This is the first black gold that we've seen recently. How does the black gold, how does it compare? How does it compare with the PSA 10 that's selling right now at Goldin? How does it compare with the number 2 out of 10 PSA 9 that sold last week for almost 90 grand? Oh man, this is such a pretty card. The 2005 dual number pieces of LeBron MJ. I love the holofoil on that card. I just love the holofoil on it. SGA PSA 10 RPA, 1 out of 4. Lots of big SGAs up right now. The Ohtani numbered out of 50 gold refractor BGS 9.5. The LeBron out of 6. 2006 essential credentials. Now, the only LeBron credentials card in existence better than this one, in my humble opinion, is the 1 of 1 future 1 of 1 now out of the 2003 set. The Ovechkin out of 10 on the regular Upper Deck rookie card. The Jordan 9.5 exquisite 03. The 03 the 98 masterpieces of Dennis Rodman. We know whose card this is, right? This is one of the cards that our friend Pac was selling so that he could afford to buy the Tom Brady 2012 Prism Black 1 of 1 that turned out didn't exist, that the guy totally scammed him. At least that's what it looks like, right? If you haven't seen my reel on that, definitely go watch it. It's from a couple of weeks ago now, but Diamond Card Collector on Instagram. He is big time collector of 1 of 1 type cards, especially Tom Brady. And over the years, he's bought most of the biggest Tom Brady big 1 of 1 type cards, like all of the 1 of 1 rookie cards that have sold for $300,000, $400,000, $500,000. He's bought all of those. He bought a Shield auto from the last Sotheby's big auction that sold for like 400 and something thousand. He's just had big card after big card. In fact, he bought both of the showcase masterpieces from Brady's rookie year. There's only supposed to be one of them. He bought both of them, cracked one of them, and had Brady sign it. It's just unbelievable stuff, right? So he is moving some of his stuff because he came across the 2012 Prism Black, and the same guy who sold him like hundreds of thousands of dollars of other Brady's cards said, "Yeah, I've got this card. I want to sell it to you, blah, blah, blah." And he said, I'm like the middleman for it. You know, I know the guy who has it, and I'll help you. And this guy, he said, "Yeah, I got it in hand. I've got these pictures." And then he sent, and then Pac was willing to go along with it. You know where this is going, probably that it didn't go right. He was willing to go along with it because he'd done all these deals with this guy, and he said, "I've got it in hand and I'm taking the pictures." And he said, "Yeah, you can ship it." Hindsight's 2020. Everybody and their brother will say, "You should have done it in person. You should have done it in person." Well, yeah, he should have done it in person. That's kind of irrelevant at this point, though. It's disappointing to me that after I made this reel that 99% of the comments were, "You should have done it in person." It's like, well, congratulations. Thank you for saying something that's not helpful at this point. It's not helpful. And everybody just kept saying it over and over again. I was kind of like, just like, that's not the most important thing to say right now. What's more important right now is that he's in a situation where he's out like close to $500,000. And unfortunately, cards like this Dennis Rodman, that I guarantee you this guy had no desire to sell. He's selling them because he wanted to get what he believed was maybe Tom Brady's best card in existence. And now we look back at the pictures that he was provided, and whether they were AI generated or Photoshop, they were not real images of that card, man. They were not. And so I'm sad to see this Rodman ending or selling, and then to know that it's going for something that he's not even going to get. I'll probably put in a bid on the Rodman, bid or two. I won't win it, but I'll probably put in a bid or two just in case. Maybe it'll go low. Not only to support Pac, but because I would love to have that card. I don't think I'll be able to afford it, but I love the Rodman. I love how he's always got these great images of him just diving for the ball and laying himself out there. It's the ultimate role player. In fact, he was such a good role player that the NBA made him a top 75 player of all time. He's the only guy on the list where I'm not sure he was ever a top 2 player on his team. I don't think he was. I think he was always the third or worst player on his team. But he is an icon. It is a reminder that it's not just about how great at basketball you are. It's about what difference you make on and off the court. And that's why the comparison to Draymond Green today is apropos, because not because Draymond Green was Dennis Rodman. He's not. But because that guy, everything he touches, you're like, oh, man, he's so visible, and he's an icon. I don't know if he's Dennis Rodman, but he's probably the closest we have today. LeBron Ultimate. I love the Tatum Gold. Every time one pops up, I don't think people realize what he has the chance to be. Oh, man, I'm already halfway through. At least we went through a page. There are 10 of these foil fractors. I'm not sure where this one fits, but it's got to be pretty high because everybody likes the Nike logo. I love them. I think they're awesome. I think it's amazing that he only has a few real game-used RPAs where they're actually signed. I know it's not licensed, but man, if you believe in Wemby, there's worse ways to spend your money. They made like 3,000 other cards in the Mercury product that were autographed jerseys of Wemby. There's only 10 of these amazing autograph patches, though. There's only 10. And the Nike logo is very high up. There is no chance I'm skipping past this Jordan, though. This Jordan is definitely going to be one of the most watched cards in the 180 people are watching this. Well, Adam, why is it so watched? It's just a 2009 patch auto of Michael Jordan. Yes, it is. It is just a 2009 patch auto of Michael Jordan. However, it's the first time they took that most iconic of images and applied it to Jordan. They didn't do this in any of the other years. They didn't make retrospective type collections any of the other years until this one. And they did it in 2009 for basketball players like MJ, Garnett, Jabbar, and Magic, and Bird. They did it for guys like Wayne Gretzky. They did it for, non-basketball players too. They numbered them very low, and there's not like some other parallels of them. And so if you want one really big Michael Jordan autograph exquisite patch card, there's very few cards that you take over this one. From the same year, I would take the Emblems of Endorsement, and there's some cards from 03 I would take above this one. Would you take this, or would you take an 04 limited logos? Depends on the patch on the limited logos. I think that's a really good question. I probably go 04, but there's 50 of those. There's only 23 of these. You'd go with a Titleist, which is numbered at a 6 over this, for sure. That's also like $500,000. There's not very many cards you'd rather have over this one, just being real. There's several from 03. I'd rather have a number of pieces. I'd rather have an Emblems of Endorsement. I'd rather have this than an 03 limited logos of Jordan, though. It's true, for sure. I'd rather have this over that. All right, we just saw one of these sell. It's interesting to see another one. Oh, this is at 1010. The thing I love about this one is that LeBron signed this card a little bit longer than he did a lot of his standalone autographs from the same set, which I think is amazing because it just speaks to how he knew he was signing next to Jordan. There's only 25 of them, already at almost $100,000. All right. Really nice looking Brady, the 1/1 Jaden Daniels. This is the Black Stars out of Prism. Dual logo man auto of Larry Hughes LeBron. I can't remember who said they were selling this. I saw the person list it, and I went, oh, because they just bought this. man, whenever you have a big card like this that sells a couple times in quick succession, sometimes the best time ever to buy it. Good luck finding a cheaper LeBron logoman auto. Good luck. Here's a fun research project for you. And if you do it, I'd love to hear what you find. How many LeBron logoman autos are there ever, including duels? I did it once for singles, and I think it was 6. I think there were 5 from Ultimate and 1 from a Fleer product after Upper Deck took over for Fleer. And that was it. Those were all the logoman autos ever made for LeBron that were standalone. This one is not standalone, and Larry Hughes costs this card a great deal of money. Last time, I think it's the same one that sold not that long ago. I don't think I'm mistaken on that. Last time, I think it sold for like 120 or 140, 110, something like that. I thought it was pretty fair, good price, honestly. That's what I thought. It's Larry Hughes that brings it down, but man, like that's a LeBron logoman auto. All right, enough of belaboring that. We're down to 6 minutes. I got to fly. I'm interested in watching this comparison. Shaq versus Kobe. PSA 9 versus PSA 8. Pop 1 none graded higher. Pop 1 of 5 2 graded higher. Which one would you rather have? The card? Kobe's a lot more popular. He is. I know Shaq's up and coming, blah, 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 in terms of like how his market's coming. I get it. Look, Kobe's a better card. The story here is the 9 versus the 8 and where they fit in the population. Pop 1 of 1, none graded higher on the Shaq. Really an interesting comparison to watch this week. Okay, Cristiano Ronaldo out of 10, PSA 10, the gold prism from 2014. A friend recently acquired the Messi, same card. Huge move. I know Cristiano Ronaldo is not Messi in terms of collectability, but for this set, probably number 2, right? Probably number 2, and arguably Cristiano Ronaldo's best card in existence. I know that people who love their superfractors will say, no, I'd rather have this, I'd rather have that. Maybe that's true. Maybe I'm missing something, but it's certainly one of his best cards in existence. Pop 1 of 2. Really an interesting one to watch this week. Speaking of Messi, here's a PSA 9 of his famous Mega Cracks rookie card. Mahomes, Contenders, Shohei. What is this? Shohei out of 100. This is the Atomic Refractor. Gosh, I didn't even know there was an Atomic Refractor. Where have I been? Another one of my favorite cards in the auction's coming up. I love this card. These ones that were stickers that didn't feel like stickers because they were early enough on that we didn't really realize the difference. 03 Black Diamond, Black Label, Pop 1 of 1. Really cool Jordan. I actually love that. I don't want anything to do with modern sticker autographs, but that one I love. Trio 1 out of 5. Oh, this is the red. Is this his first Bowman first card? That's a big card. 21.5 so far. Another one of my favorite cards of the auction, though. The LeBron Exquisite. The gold does not include an autograph, does not include the patch, but it has all the other design elements, and it's numbered to only 25. This set, let me just tell you about this set real quick, okay? Number to 99 RPA, number to 23 RPA, number to 25 gold, non-patch auto, but rookie, and number to 1, best of the best card of all of them, not autographed, not patched. Nat owns it, won't ever sell it. Those are the 4. That was the only 4 from that whole set. So that's 99 plus 23 is 122 plus 1, 123 plus 25. 148 total cards, if my math's right. Total. I love that card. I've always wanted one. I've got my big LeBron now, though, so I won't go after it. But a few years ago, I was after it, and they don't move very often. I don't ever want to talk badly about cards. We saw another Kobe limited logos earlier, and so it's tempting to compare this to that and to say, oh, man, this card doesn't have an autograph that's nearly as good, and it's in a case that's more recent. I'm gonna look at that card. We'll talk more about that one, but I would say this: don't throw the baby out with the bathwater on that card. It's easy to talk negatively about it and go let's say all the worst things about it. And obviously, the autograph is not perfect, but let's talk about what that card does have going for it, and we'll do that in a second. PSA 9 on the Brady, 2.5 on the Mantle. the complete set of 86 and all PSA 9. Really nice Felipe Bolliger 5.5. Messi in 2017 red autograph. A Barry PSA 8. Two Barrys right next to each other. Which one do you like more? The 97 out of 150 or the one that we call the champ out of 50? Both PSA 8s. Really interesting comparison. That'll be fun to watch this week. The Jordan, my old manager called this the Hologur FX. I'm not sure what it's called, but I'm sure it's not Hologur FX. We'll go with Holographics NBA Shoe Time. I believe the first ever NBA wide shoe set. When you think of Michael Jordan, do you think of shoes or do you think of jerseys? It's always interesting to me that the jersey sells well as they do. But the shoes, it's about the shoes, right? It's autographed. It's hand numbered to 23. It's a PSA 6. It is one of the coolest autographed Michael Jordan game used type cards that's out there. And I love it. I love it aesthetically. I love everything about it. All right. Let's go to page 3. We're not going to make it through everything, but let's go to page 3 and then let's look at the details of the ones that we've already highlighted, and then we'll stop for Fanatics Collect. Okay, I love this Wayne Gretzky. I talked to my friend Jeremy about this one already. It's numbered out of 9. It's from the Master Collection. I just love that card. I love this Brady. This one's out of 10. We talked about a Brady earlier that was out of 10. This is the Donruss Elite Status. Status is something that Elite did forever. It was super popular, very rare, tough card to find. Numbered or pop out of 3. The Topps Holiday Shohei Ohtani 1 of 1. What is that? 1 of 1. I need to learn more about this. Gold Festive 2018. So 1 of 1 at Shohei, and it's the image that you all know and love. So that's kind of cool. Brady autograph patch from Flawless. It's a card where the autograph doesn't even look like it's really supposed to be there. I think this autograph might be an in-person. Yes, yeah, it's graded by PSA DNA. We'll double make sure on that, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Gold or the green, horizontal green from Mahomes. When it says horizontal, that tells me that there's probably more than one version. I don't like it when there's more than one versions, but it is a green kaboom of one of the most popular players, the most popular player in the game today. So that's a huge deal. 30 seconds. We've got the 04 Kobe Bryant limited logos. Great looking patch. Great looking autograph. Great card. 910. For my money, the 04 limited logos cards are the nicest patch autos ever made. You can quote me on that. I think they are. I think there's some stuff that Panini's done that's really, really freaking nice, but I don't think that there's anything that's ever been done as nicely as that. I mean, it's the nicest. I mean, it's basically a perfect card. We've now hit 20 minutes. We'll just scroll down through these real quick. I like seeing a Steph Black Prism card. You wish it wasn't the variation, but it is a Steph Black Prism card. The quad here. I recently sold mine. Mine was in black, numbered to 8 out of Ultimate Collection the same year. I think this is a nicer card, but it's out of 10. PSA 6 on the Jordan Jambalaya. Really an interesting card to watch. Griffey 99 jersey autographs. That's the second year of jersey autographs. Now, what the heck? Let's do one more page, but we'll fly through like we're doing now. Now we're moving at a great rate. Shohei purple, blue. See, I'll never get the number right. Black Mamba, flawless autograph patch. Big time Alcaraz. The Skenes Superfractor. 81 of 81 on this Kobe is just insane. I think that's one of the coolest cards of the auction. In fact, we'll make that one big too. I did not mean to do that. When you hold down control, it's supposed to just go there on another page. There we go. Jaren Jackson Jr. might be all NBA this year. That is maybe his best card in existence, and I haven't heard one person say anything about it. So we'll highlight that as maybe a top 5 card of the week. And sorry, we'll do one more page. I know there's a lot here, but we don't get to do this one very often, you know? The very first year of Flawless, this is the spokesman of Kobe, game used awesomeness. 9.5. The Giannis here, gold Giannis out of 25. BGS pop 1 of 2, none graded higher. That part there is what will surprise a lot of people. That this BGS 9 is actually the highest graded. Some years of NT, there just aren't really high grade quality copies. They don't exist. They all have edges and corners that are imperfect. This is one of those years, 2013. So, it's sitting at 11 grand, and I know Giannis is kind of yesterday's news in some people's minds. This is one of the nicest Giannis cards in existence. Remember, in 2013, you only have the out of 99, the out of 25, the out of 10, the out of 5, and the out of 1. That's it. There's all the other crazy stuff. In 2013, the horizontal out of 10 to me is my favorite. And I would put the platinum above it, actually, out of 5. Because that year they did the platinum, they did the patch windows out of this really nice hollow foil. I'd put that one above it. But other than that, I would put the 2013 horizontal as the best one. I mean, obviously, other than the logo, man. But the out of 25 here is no slouch, man. That's a great card. Compare it to the more modern stuff. Amazing. 2 big one-of-ones here, both graded by BGS, both from the late 90s. 1 T-Mac, 1 Vince. Kobe's first number pieces with the number 24 jersey number. Cal, 1-of-1. A couple weeks ago, we saw both of the Cal 1-of-1 checklists from the same set sell. I bet you money of it. Bet you money that this is from the same owner. I don't know that. It just has to be. LeBron MVP 2012 Prism. Maybe the second most iconic Heat era LeBron card after his base card from the same set. The Iverson Super Rave out of 50 is interesting. The Giannis out of 10 out of gold. I love this card at a gold standard. Numbered out of 10, but it's the only time that he signs his full name. And this is really interesting. Let's do a comparison real quick. Super interesting. Giannis's gold standard is numbered to 10, but gold standard is not the name that this card is. Oh, crap. It's on the other page. No, it isn't. It's right here. So National Treasures to 25, shortened autograph, or gold standard to 10, long autograph. The gold standard, I would argue, is better looking. It's made on not a hollow board, but something close to a hollow board. It has a better signing area. His autograph is way longer and way better. The patch is way nicer. The card is graded a 9.5. None graded higher. It has every single advantage other than the name of the product. Which would you rather have? The card that has all of the attributes or the card that has the brand name? Now, with that said, the other thing that it has going for it, and I won't speak down to it, it is one of the 2 highest graded, the National Treasures. National Treasures is one of the 2 highest graded that have ever been graded in that card. So that does complicate it a bit because that is viewed as like the rookie card, and it's the highest grade of the rookie card. So although the gold standard has all of the other things, I look back towards the NT and I go, yeah, but it is the rookie card. It is the iconic rookie card. What do you like better? What would you like more in your collection? I think it's tougher than I initially was sort of thinking about it. I think it's pretty tough. All right. Kyrie, pop 1 of 2. That one's only a 1 of 2, huh? That one might be an interesting auction to watch. I was thinking about this the other day. Is there a rookie from 2012 you'd rather have than Kyrie? People hate that I have this conversation. There's so many people who just love Kawhi. They just think Kawhi Leonard is like easily the best guy out of 2012 for his rookie cards. Remember, he was drafted in 2011, but his rookie card is in 2012 Prism. I like Kyrie more than I like Kawhi. I do. Not because of him as a basketball player. I'm not saying I like him as a basketball player more. And I'm not saying he's more accomplished, right? Kawhi has 2 championships. And Kyrie has 1. Kyrie is a more interesting player in the history of the NBA. His story is more interesting. I like him more. I like watching him more. Kawhi is not interesting. Sorry. I don't think he is. He's not interesting. He hardly ever plays. He's a great defensive player. He's like one of the best defensive players I've ever seen in my life. He's unbelievable. But he never plays. You don't know why he plays. Does he like basketball? But Kyrie's crazy. Like, Kyrie believes the earth is flat, or at least he talked about it like that at one point. Kyrie forced his way out of a LeBron-led team. Kyrie made the biggest shot in that series to win the biggest championship maybe ever. Cleveland's championship is really one of the biggest championships ever. They hadn't won in 50 years. It got LeBron his Cleveland's championship. Kyrie made the biggest shot of the series. Man, I love that card. I do. As a 2012 Prism guy, it'll sell too much for me to be able to grab it, but I will be watching it. Okay, there's way more stuff. We're gonna stop there and look individually at all these cards now that we've gone for 25 minutes. Gosh, I gotta finish this fast though. Okay, so say what you want about Topps. A lot of things that people love, a lot of things people don't love. The MLB debut patches are universally loved, and they should be. They're maybe the coolest thing we've seen in cards ever. How about that for a take? They really are. They're one of the best things that have ever come out of cards. The fact that, in this, again, say whatever you want. The fact that Topps was able to produce an agreement with Major League Baseball that every player, when they walk out there for the first time, will wear this tag, and regardless of that player's importance, Topps gets that tag back. They get to put it on the card. They get to put it in front of the player, and they get to say, hey, we need you to sign this. It's the coolest thing ever. I have no idea whether Paul Skenes will be amazing, a Hall of Famer, one of the greatest pitchers of all time, or just a loser. I have no idea, man. I don't have a clue. But I know that card's freaking awesome. And it's not just because it's Skenes, it's because of what it is. 10-10, 1 of 1, great auto from his debut jersey. It is his best card, and it will always be his best card. And I'm as big a fan of a Superfractor as anybody out there. It's better than the Superfractor. It's the best card of his in existence, and it's the best innovation for high-end, for rookie cards ever. It's not even close. So it'll be fun to watch what it does this week. I just got out of it, but I have to include that as a top 5 card. On the other side of things, you have the Wemby from the brand, National Treasures, and this is his 1 of 1. Remember, he didn't sign for Panini, so they still made a parallel of the patch. They still have a patch card. His is not autographed, but it is like a patch card that's numbered out of 99 and stuff. But the problem is that you look right at the back, and it says the enclosed officially licensed material is not associated with any specific event, game, or specific player, game, or event. So that's not great. Where the Skenes is from his very first game, this Wemby is not from a game. Okay, so which one do you like better, the Wemby or the Skenes? From a perspective of what it is and how it's made and what it represents, the Skenes by a country mile. Wemby's a basketball player, and we don't know if he'll be healthy, but we know if he's healthy, that he's going to be a force as long as he's playing, like an amazing force. We know that in the last 30-something years, since most of us have really been following basketball, that we've seen only 2 or 3 times where there's somebody who's even in the world of Wemby. Their names are Shaquille O'Neal, LeBron James, maybe David Robinson. Those would be like the 3 guys that I would say were in that same world. And a lot of people would tell you this is his best card in existence because it's the 1 of 1 NT RPA. There's no way. It's the 1 of 1 NT Logo Man RP. It feels a little forced because it's not game used and it's not event worn. It's neither of those things. That feels a little forced. But it still has that, from the right brand and that lineage that I think people really care about. That's why it's sitting at $240,000 right now. I wouldn't go for the Skenes because I'm not a baseball collector, but the Skenes is so amazing. But Wemby is so amazing. And if some people are going to look at this like it's his best card, it's one you've got to watch if you believe in him. The reason I wanted to pull this up is that unfortunately in 2018, they did not put holofoil on the golds, which is really too bad. I thought that was the case, but I believed it. It looks really similar to the base card, I think. With that said, it is numbered out of 10. And every year, the NT RPA out of 10 is a huge, huge card. And you can see at $85,000, this one's already over 100 grand after BP. And it is definitely a huge card. Shohei Gold. I wanted to look at this one because it's a 10-10. And because it's a 10-10, you knew it was going to be at a big price too. There's 4 of them, $90,000 right now. Okay, I talked about not throwing out the baby with the bathwater here. This is not the best copy of this card. This is a very high quality patch of this card. You don't want to see Kobe's autograph go off the card here. This is not a 10 autograph. This is wrong. In fact, one thing that we identified as we looked at this is if you look up the serial number, you're going to see that Beckett has this graded as a 9 autograph. And there's an image of this card in the past where it also, I hope I'm not misspeaking. There's an image of this card that also shows a 9 autograph. This shouldn't be a 10 autograph. I don't know if it should be a 9 either, but there's no chance in heck it should be a 10 because the autograph goes off the card here. Kobe misses the card. This was bad. This shouldn't happen. When the autograph goes into the patch well or off the card, it's not good. This isn't like when the edge goes off the card, though. This is toward the beginning. This is really bad. So what do I mean when I say don't throw the baby out with the bathwater? Well, it is still maybe the most iconic exquisite era Kobe Bryant card in existence. I would argue that it is. I don't think there's a better known Kobe exquisite era card than that one you're looking at right there. And there's only 75 copies of it. He did still sign it. The autograph still has been well taken care of. It hasn't changed color on us at all. The patch is still really nice. And every single person who ever looks at that card will identify the autograph as being problematic. So, do you need the card? And what's your budget? That's where this could come in. Is it going to sell for anywhere near what some of the other ones sell for? I'm sorry, it's not. It's not. It's not on that level because of the autograph. But it is still an 03 limited logos Kobe Bryant. It is still the card. What do you think about it? When I want it in my collection, I see that autograph and I'm like, crap. I just know I'll always notice it. But man, it is the card. It is. It is the 03 limited logos Kobe Bryant. It's a great patch too. I think I owned 3 of these. No, I owned 2 of these. I paid $1,500 for one of them. I got the other one in a trade. I paid $1,500 for one in 2009. And it was a 3-color or a 2-color, but it didn't have a bend in it like this one does as far as the patch. This patch is much nicer than that one. The other one that I got, it's actually basically the same patch as this one. But my autograph was darkened. It had spent too much time in the light, and it was in an older BGS holder. It was in a BGS 9 holder, but it was an old holder. This one, I like the color on the autograph. I love the patch. Man, that autograph going off the card is just an eyesore. There you go. You know my take on it. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. There's a price at which this makes a lot of sense. And some people won't watch it at all because of that, but think about it. Do your research. It's worth considering. I don't think that the autograph to this is original to the card. I just want to make sure that that's the case. We're going to look at the back here. Yeah, there's no mention of it. The enclosed game-worn material. Oh, I am wrong. I am wrong. I could not have been more wrong. I am wrong. Okay. I am an idiot. Forgive me for being an idiot. Idiot right here. Total idiot. This is one of the nicest autograph patch Tom Brady cards in existence. This autograph is original to the card. We just don't see the card very often. The patch window with the holofoil, the holofoil and the Patriots up here numbered out of 10. I thought when I saw PSA DNA, I thought that this looked at first like maybe the autograph was secondary to it and that this was originally just a patch card. But I was wrong. This is a card, and I should have known that because I've seen the card before. This, if you look right at the back here, this enclosed game-used material and autograph are guaranteed by Panini America Inc. That is original to the card, and that is one of the very nicest Tom Brady autograph patch cards in existence. It is beautiful. It is a 10-10, and it's probably at a crazy high number. It's only 15 grand. Will not end at 15 grand. I can assure you of that. This Kobe from the dreaded 2016 year, which means that you know it's going to be autographed in black. Here's what's not dreaded. I don't know of a cooler serial number on any card in existence than this card right here. 81 of 81. And I'll say this, that black autograph on this card sure works, man. Would I still rather have it in blue? I'd still rather have it in blue, but all of that imaging with that autograph there, and the autograph is just wonderful. Now, the autograph's not graded, and it's because if we zoom in real close, we can see there's some stuff here at the end that is not perfect. You zoom out, looks about like what you want it to, guys. See, it's not graded, which means that it was not a 10. But I buried the lead. 81 of 81. Guy scores 81 points in the game, signs 81 cards. There's only one 81 of 81 copy. It's a big card. Again, I know that the autograph's not perfect. How much does that matter to you? There's only one 81 of 81. I'll tell you this much. I'd much rather have the 81 of 81 with an imperfect end of an autograph than one of the average copies. How much more? Have to think about it. Jaren Jackson's best card in existence, maybe. The Black Prism rookie card. He's going to be All-NBA this year. He's probably the best player on the Grizzlies. Does a lot of big things. This is one of those cards where, man, you wish you know what they were going to do in the playoffs before buying it. More importantly, like, if you want to own the biggest Jaren Jackson card in the world, that might be it. So I had to highlight it. All right. Gosh, I did not put enough cards from Fanatics over into the maybe favorite cards of the week. So I will go through and do that right now. There's definitely the Skenes and the Wemby. I have to put both of those over there. I have to. And then I'm going to do the Rodman. I love the Rodman being one of his best cards in existence. I didn't really highlight that. Like, Rodman's got the green, and he's got he's got a few 1-of-1s, but those are his best cards. And the now, like, those are his best cards in existence. They really are. Oh, wow. Did I already? There's that Jordan. Okay. Let's put all of these over here as potentials for best of the week. I wanted to keep this in under an hour and a half, and freak, I just can't do it. I just cannot shut my mouth. Okay. I've got to put these all over here, and we've got to fly. Otherwise, we're going to hit the 2 hours, and then I won't even be able to upload the whole thing, which would be ridiculous. Okay, Jordan, Wemby, LeBron. I love that Tom Brady, actually. What the heck? Let's put that over here, too. And then last but not least, or actually, I think I put them all there. All right, so that is it for Fanatics Collect. At the end, there's we haven't done the Fanatics Weekly. We haven't done that, but we also have Card Hobby real quick. We'll do Card Hobby, then we'll do Fanatics Weekly real fast. So Card Hobby has this exquisite collection thing right here at the top. It looks like it's a base set. Whenever somebody sells a whole set like this, and we'll look at it, it's something to watch, because very rarely should you sell a base set altogether. Banchero, flawless RPA, a Kobe Eminence shoe autograph, Kobe flawless autograph, really great image of Steph on this 1-on-1. Anthony Davis, I love that Anthony Davis signs all of his 1-of-1s with a longer form autograph. It's the coolest thing out there. Kawhi Logo Man, that's really cool. I gotta look at that. That one will probably go in my top 10 this week. A couple really big Logo Man cards. Here's the Logo Man of Chris Bosh in a Raptors uni. That's important. I think a lot of Raptors fans want his cards in the Raptors uni. And Although he's probably better known for the Heat, his best days as a player in terms of statistically were definitely with the Raptors. Really nice Kobe from 2011. Wait, 2011? That's not right. It's 2010. Whenever you get something wrong on a date like that, always take a close look at it because sometimes that might work to your advantage. Night Steph Eminence autograph patch. He only has a few Eminence autograph patches. We talked about how Kobe's flawless autograph patches have taken off, and they're awesome. They're amazing. He does have a few of them. Same with Steph. Eminence, not very many. They only made Eminence for a couple of years. Yes, that feels like a self-serving thing to say. I get it. I actually own a Steph Eminence patch autograph, but I think it's true. Like, he only has one from his first year, and there's only, one other year? I think there's only one other year. There might be 2 other years. I should know that. Shaq 61 autograph right there is really cool. LeBron, Dwight Howard, Yao. That's 3 straight #1 picks in the 2005 set. That's very cool. Larry Markkinen, one of his coolest cards in existence for sure. The 1/1 flawless autograph patch. Beautiful card. I should take a close look at that as a Jazz fan. And we'll go one more page. I love this Aaron Gordon. Donald Duck Superfractor. Our hobby's so weird. I used to own 6 of these. I love the Durant. There's a decent chance that this used to be my copy. It's just as rare as his exquisite rookie. And that is his true rookie out of chronology. He's got a couple of timeless memories or timeless moments, but that is the one that's the true rookie card. And then before we go today, we will look at Fanatics Collects weekly auction. And we will look at it super briefly given where we are. And then we will also choose a top 5. We have to look at a top 5. We have to figure that out. And then next week when we come back, we'll review some of the key prices like we did. It's the reason that this week ended up being such a long thing is, that's a big card on that LeBron. So that's sitting at 175. So how is this sorted right now? Okay, so there's a featured button that Fanatics sorts by. I usually look at Fanatics on my phone and it doesn't usually sort like this. It sorts by highest. This LeBron is huge. And it ends next week, but it might be a top 5 card for me. That's a huge card. That's one of his best chrome gold refractors ever. We were talking about Yao and his best refractors. His 06 chrome and his 05. See, I don't call this chrome. Yeah, I don't like that this says chrome on it. This is the 52 style. Some people would call this chrome refractor. I think that's wrong. Maybe it says chrome somewhere on it, but the brand is 52 style. So I would have called this 2005 Topps 1952 style gold refractor. And I know other people call it chrome too, but I probably wouldn't. Oh, I love this triple right here. This LeBron, Darko, Carmelo. Some really good stuff in the weekly. I always think the weekly right after the premiere is really an interesting auction because so many people have really focused so much on premiere. I think it's an easy time to miss something. What is this? Cooper Flag, Topps Chrome, McDonald's Superfractor, and $1,000. We'll look real close at that here in a second, and then we're going to sort here by highest. Oh, it's one of my favorite cards. Man, Kobe Playmakers Theater. They're in on 8.5 too. Big stuff, guys. Jokic, RPA. I mean, this week is just, it's so much. 10 on the starting lineup. Derek Jeter's rarest rookie autograph in a 10. Graded a long time ago. In a 10. Wow. I love this LeBron. I think it's a beautiful card. Lior owns the Superfractor of the Kobe of this, and I've been trying to get it basically for 3 years straight. So that's cool. I just love the set. I think it's beautiful. I like the back. It's like an older style, like Topps Heritage back. You can see it's numbered out of 25 back here. Cooper Flag, McDonald's All-American. I don't know what the different variations are here, but I do know that Cooper Flag is like, look, number 78. It looks more like a base type card. Is this his base card? Is this his base super parallel? Maybe he has a base super parallel and then a base super autograph parallel. I'm not sure. I do know that is an absolutely huge card. There's no question about that. And then the Jordan game jersey. Not autographed. Autographed is my dream card. I own one of these. Mine is an authentic holder. This one's much nicer. I always wonder why there's like these dark parts of the jersey, and then the light parts. Like, what caused that? Why is it doing that on the jersey? It'd be interesting to try to figure that out. All right, I'm gonna put that over here along with the flag. Whoops. I thought I put the flag over there. Okay. I meant to put that over here. Hopefully I got it. And I'm going to put the LeBron over here too. I mean, there's so many great cards this week. Okay, so to review, these are the cards that we're looking at for top 5. Not the Kobe. Maybe the Kobe if I knew where this 1 of 8 came from, but I need to do some more research on that. The Tom Brady Flawless Patch Auto. The Dennis Rodman. How are we doing on time? The Dennis Rodman Ultra Masterpiece from the second year of Ultra Masterpieces. I would say this is probably his. I would take the Essential Credentials now over this, and I would take the PMG Green over this. And then this and the 97, I think, are in the same breath. 97 is better because it's first. 98 is better because it has something that's more differentiating about it, being the color. Those are like the 4 best Dennis Rodman cards in existence, in my opinion. I would take it over anything that was ever made in Exquisite or any of the later stuff. I would take it over. There might be some Logo Man Auto that I don't know of that it's there with too, but it's really a high card. The Wemby. Oh, I didn't even notice. I didn't even see the swoosh he drew down here. The Wemby swoosh. Man, I love that. I do love that. One of my favorite Jordan cards in existence. The Skenes Debut. The Cooper Flag Super. The Michael Jordan Holographics Shoe Time, numbered out of 23, rarely seen. The LeBron 52 style gold. The LeBron Exquisite Gold. The Wemby VMJ. The MJ Ultra. The Kobe Limited Logos. Gosh. The Steph. The Brady out of 10. The Boris Diaw. Man, I love the Diaw. Why do you like that Boris Diaw so much? It's a logo man from the finals of like a really highly regarded player. It's a booklet. Gosh, I love that though. I love the Duncan. And then we get into the sold stuff. Man, there's so many good cards. How do I get to a top 5 this week? Okay, let's put this Kobe over here where it will stay out of the way. How do I get to a top 5? Okay, the Brady's not going to make the top 5. The Rodman might. The Wemby might. I love the Jordan, but it's not going to compete with these other super high-end things. I think the Skenes sort of has to, given its importance. I love the Cooper. I love the Cooper Flag. I think that one does too. I love the Jordan. Gosh, I'm not narrowing anything yet. I'm not going to include the LeBron just because it's not on the same sort of level as these other high cards. I love this LeBron, but it's not the RPA. I'm going to discount it too. I'm going to think about it. That definitely has a chance. This one has a chance because of where it's being auctioned, because it might be such a good deal. This one definitely has a chance. And the Steph, okay, and the Brady does not have a chance. Brady's out. I'm not going to put the Boris in, and I'm not going to put the Duncan in. Okay, so we've got it down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Frick, I still have 10 flipping items on here. I've got to get rid of half of these. Okay, which cards am I like? I have to have that on the list. So I have to have That Nike swoosh that he drew there is too much for me to not put that on there. Sorry, it is. And the Skenes being as innovative as it is, it has to be on the list. I'm really struggling here, guys. I can't put 2 Wembys. This might be the best Wemby card, but I'm not going to include it because I like the other one more. I do. I like it more. I really like this Jordan a lot. This card I'd like to put on it, but I can't put it on with how many other great cards there are this week. I normally would. And I love that it might be the best deal out there, but I'm not going to include it. I just love this Kobe. I can't have that not make the list. And this Steph too, also, I just feel like needs to be on there. Okay, how many did I get it down to now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got to cut 3 of these guys out. Man, this is rough. Well, I got to take out one of these 2 Jordans. Either the iconic, exquisite rookie patch auto or the shoe time. The first shoe auto. Bolt to 23. I like the innovation more. I'm going to get rid of the 2009. I think the 2009 is better known. I like the shoe time. So I'm going to keep the shoe time for now. The Cooper flag, the Rodman, Skenes, Steph, Kobe. So do I have one Kobe? I just have one Kobe. I just have one Jordan. And I have 4 minutes. I have to finish this. Steph. Gosh, I love this Steph. I love the Skenes. This is hard. I know I keep going to click on the old one. I've got how many on here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is it 7? I have 7 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have to cut out 2. Man, this is just brutal. Sorry I'm taking so much time here, guys. I really like all of these cards a lot. All right, let's go through. Let's put together a top 7, and then we'll only put 5 on the thing. So which one's my least favorite? Well, because I don't know, it might actually end up being my favorite, but because I don't know for sure if this is like the main Cooper flag card, I'm going to put this one number 7. But listen, he is in an average year easily the most highly touted rookie. He doesn't compare to how insane Wemby was last year, but like Flag's pretty unique. I've heard people say, "Oh, he's just going to be like Gordon Hayward." Like, he's so athletic. He has a chance to be really, really good. I'm going to put that at number 7, though. Number 6. Number 6, I'm going to put the Rodman. Is one of his best cards in existence. It's in an old slab too. Oh man, I love this card. I can't put the Rodman at 6. The Rodman has to make the top 5. I'm going to put. I just have to do a top 6 this week. So we're going to extend it to a top 6. I am going to put the Rodman 6, but I just love that card. But I have to keep it on the thumbnail. I love it that much. Number 5, I'm going to do I'm not a baseball guy, so I'm going to do, but the Skenes is so innovative. I'm going to do the Skenes number 5 because I'm not a baseball guy. Really challenged me on that, but I'm going to do the Skenes as number 5. I'm going to do the Wemby at number 4. I love that he drew a swoosh. I love it. I love the look of the card. I love that he only has 10 ultra high end game used RPAs. I know that it's not licensed. I still love the card a lot. And then we have 3 cards left. Not the 3 cards that you would expect that I would end up with, because I got rid of the 1 of 1s. I left the less rare stuff. I'm gonna put the Jordan number 3. I love Shoe Time. I've always loved this card. I've always loved the looks of the card. I love the quality of this autograph. I love that it's a 6, so you're not paying for grade. I love how well it's been sort of kept. It looks exactly like you want it to. I'm putting these 2 above it though, because man, a lot of horizontal cards this week. I'm putting these 2 cards above it. I'm gonna put. There's still 10 of these. I'm gonna put this number 2. The Warriors logo to me is really neat. This card has grown on me immensely. I mean, look at what I just put it ahead of. I think that you could make the case that this is a, there are very few better Steph Curry cards in existence